In the news, several Nigerians with valid visas are being denied entry into the US. Following this, Nigeria has advised its citizens against non-urgent travel to the United States. The statement is coming from the Office of the Special Advisor to the President on Foreign Affairs, Mrs. Abike Dabiri-Erewa. Mrs. Erewa asked those without any compelling or essential reasons to visit the US to consider rescheduling their trip until there is clarity on the new immigration policy. The National Association of Nigeria Travel Agencies has thrown its weight behind what it terms the quick intervention of the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria in Nigeria's troubled carrier airline, ARIC, from total collapse. The president of the body, Bernard Bankole, said NANTA was really concerned about the airline considering its status then as the biggest carrier in West Africa, adding that it would have been very embarrassing for the country if the airline had gone under without this help.
ARIC happens to be the biggest airline in the West Coast, which is the West African route, and all of a sudden it went down like that. It doesn't speak well of the country or the aviation industry. But we're glad the government went in, and I think the steps they've been taking, you should be able to. They are still flying, by the way, and I hope you know that they are flying. They are flying local routes. Their staff are still on ground, and I'm sure that in a matter of months, we'll be able to see them go back into what they used to be.
Nigeria now has 9 new International Civil Aviation Organization certified instructors. In a statement issued by the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, the country's industry regulator, the certified instructors who are inspectors in the agency are Wilfred Haggai, who is the head of Aeromedical Standards, C. Iteke, National Coordinator, State Safety Program, Favor Benson Thomas, Julie Obumselu, Maria Odo, Ayodele Obaruve, Sunday Ojoy, Victor Michael Konakman, Colette Onyulo Nwulu. The officers attained this qualification after the successful completion of the ICAO Trainer Plus Training Instructors course, which took place at the Nigerian College of Aviation Technology in Zaria, Kaduna State. The certification confers on the instructors the competency to conduct training courses and develop training strategies for course delivery. On the foreign scene, Yilong 2, the second version of China's independently developed unmanned aerial vehicle, has successfully completed its maiden flight. Yilong 2 is 11 meters long, with a wingspan of up to 20.5 meters, maximum take-up weight of 4.2 tons, and maximum weapon weight of 480 kilograms. The UAV adopted new engine and shape design, enabling its maximum flying height to reach 9,000 meters with a maximum speed of 370 kilometers per hour and a maximum endurance time of 20 hours. Yilong 2 greatly improved in its flying performance and its capability of implementing tasks compared to the previous Yilong 1, whose take-up weight is about 1 ton. Finally, on Newsflash, families of passengers aboard missing Malaysia Airlines flight MH370 are seeking to launch a privately funded search after the official one was called off. Flight MH370, carrying 239 people, went missing on its way from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing on March 7, 2014. Australia, Malaysia and China jointly called off a 2-year underwater search for the aircraft in January. Malaysia's transport minister promised to keep up efforts to find the plane.
Malaysian government has set up a special response team headed by Dr. Sri Azharuddin, Director General of DCA, to look into the search for the debris.
And I think it is important for all
A Malaysian lawyer whose mother, Aunt Daisy, was on the plane said the campaign would enlist its own experts to continue looking for the aircraft should a government-led search fail to resume.
We want the next phase of our search on campaign to be that we will continue to look for the plane. So if the governments do not resume searching, we intend to source our own experts and own assets to continue searching.
The memorial event, the first held since the search was suspended, featured musical and dance performances. Family members and friends of those who had been on board made impassioned pleas for the search to continue.
This is the Australian International Airshow and Aerospace and Defence Exposition in Melbourne, Australia. Aviation fans gathered to be treated to a plethora of ear-piercing flying shows, military war zone reenactments and displays of the Army's fleet of combat vehicles. Aircraft performing aerial acrobatics include Bayhawk trainers, F-18 Hornet strike fighter and Apache helicopter gunships, among others. On the exhibition stand, aircraft on display include the Lockheed C-130 Hercules, Boeing C-17 Globemaster III and Russia's Antonov An-124 transport plane installed with 4 engines. An-124 may carry up to 230 tons of goods. More than 60 business aircraft and 50 general-purpose planes produced by the Brazil Aviation Industrial Company, the Gulfstream Aerospace and Dassault Aviation participated in the exposition. The Australian International Airshow and Aerospace and Defence Exposition, which started in 1993, is held every 2 years. It has become one of the largest and most influential aviation exhibitions in the Asian-Pacific region. From the Australian Airshow to France, where the A380 Superjumbo now has a place of honour in its National Aerospace Museum, granting it equal status with the Boeing 747. The A380 test plane is the 4th to be built and the 2nd to actually fly in 2005, having flown from Toulouse to Le Bourget near Paris with 50 technicians who will spend months adapting it for public view. It is the first time Airbus has transferred one of its test planes to a museum, and a victory for curators who, for years, have coveted the world's largest jetliner, designed to carry up to 853 people in all economy seating or 544 in a standard layout. The plane will see out its retirement alongside a vintage 747 once flown by Air France, and is expected to become a popular tourist attraction when it goes on display in 2018. The plane's pilot and flight engineer say it's hard to let go. Since 2005, the A380 Superjumbo has been a showstopper at events like Yachts from the Aerospace Museum and the Paris Air Show.
It's on this note that we call it a day. Thanks for being a part of our program. I'm Bukola Joe Oketumbi. See you next time.